what it makes me feel using the Origin. It's hard to explain. You know, I've been using it for years now and I almost create projects for it. When you're building furniture, it's nice to sort of have a feel for it. There is something quite bespoke and personal, and that's why I love it. So the idea come from me and Paul Cook. We've worked with each other for around about 5 years doing projects with Shaper. It was an exciting project to do because we've got a common interest: photography, filming, carpentry, Shaper Origin. He's been filming the joinery carpentry world for a number of years, and being a Shaper Origin user himself now, I think he can picture what he wants and actually be able to know that it can be achieved as well. We come up with this idea of having sort of a multifunctional table similar to what we'll use, but in like the film world, so you can have the camera in front of him, all of his components are in the drawer, he can just do everything he wants in one application.
The idea kind of grew out of adding this small pin piece, which goes in the bottom of this head, to a desk.
Yeah, and it's quite a simple design. Obviously we've spoke regularly about how we want it. We didn't want to overcomplicate essentially a desk, but it's got all the functions for the big, very expensive equipment to hold it secure. We've gone for a ply with like a melamine surface. It needs to be durable, it needs to be strong. Visually it looks beautiful. I love ply edge. I love seeing ply edge. It's modern. I don't think it'll ever be, you know, out of date. What I love about using Studio, as soon as you draw it, it's instantly onto the Shaper Origin itself. We'll use the workstation to do the tenon parts. Obviously I'll do my little hack because the boards are quite wide, so I'll do the tenons on the workstation and I'll use the Shaper tape as a working surface for the 12mm holes. It's the first time I've actually done this type of tenoning. My sides of the desk were 500 wide, so I took the workstation apart and mounted my own sort of blast out board. Is basically, if I'm doing the tenons, you put a board so it doesn't split out, clamped it to it, using it in my own little ways, and it worked to do all of my tenons perfectly. The machine is just getting better and better. It's got so much information, so much technology. This is a very intelligent machine. Ply edge is actually going to be on show at the top, which is going to look really, really nice, as well as going to be very, very strong. I've always been a SketchUp CAD drawer, but I've been using the Shaper Studio a lot more, which I absolutely love. You can just draw it, you visually can see it, you can see all your cuts, your paths and everything. It just feels a lot cleaner. So these are the legs. So I feel confident that I can actually start planning my cut paths, the depths, what size cutters I need. I can send this straight to my Origin and start cutting. The original design hasn't been changed too much, just added some struts. I've beefed the legs up slightly, but if we looked at our first sketch, probably quite similar to what we went with, but just tweaked. Because we've got the pin for the camera being attached to the worktop area, it needs to be strong, it needs to be the right balance. We've actually tapered the legs out around about 50mm, so they're further at the bottom. Use the Shaper plate for absolutely everything. Using it in here, using it on site work, probably my favourite little thing, so you just chuck it on, start cutting. Some of these components we're putting in, for instance the disc, the main part, which is going to be holding the camera, what do you do if it's not quite right? I was able to take out a 0.3mm of the disc. It's just nice to know that I can tweak and adjust and you can feel part of the machine. It was nice to be able to use a caliper to measure each section. It works through Bluetooth, so it's sent straight to Origin ready to cut. Using a caliper on the main pin holder, it was literally perfect. Like the first cut, the depth was absolutely perfect, and obviously a few different layers, so I wanted every surface area to be touching something to give it as much strength as possible. The caliper gave me the exact depths and it worked perfect. can do the tiniest little cut, and you could do a very big cut, and Shaper have given you all of these accessories. The plate, the trace, the workstation and the tape. I'm using all of them. It's an incredible tool and it's basically made this whole project. I'm a massive fanboy, but the machine has made me a lot of money. It's being used every week. The improvements of the software and the machine itself is always sort of pushing me to the limit of what I can do or testing me what I can build. I don't know what I'm going to build with it next. I'm excited that I don't know, and I'm sure it'll be very creative and fun.